So the Mandela Effect walked into a bar. Or did he walk into a supermarket? Grr. But hello everybody, my name is Mr. Williamo. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for clicking on this one. Today, we're going to be talking about the Mandela Effect. But I've seen this whole Mandela Effect thing floating about on the internet for a while now. My sister's watched loads and loads of videos. I go in her room and she's like, oh, just watching my 12th video on the Mandela Effect in a row.
When did Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, die? Was it whilst incarcerated in prison many years ago? Or was it just recently at the end of 2013?
So that's where this whole Mandela Effect thing started off from. That's why it's called the Mandela Effect. It's not just the person who made it was like, hey, you know what, I like that Nelson Mandela bloke. I'm going to call this after him. It's because someone thought that, or quite a lot of people actually, thought that they remembered Nelson Mandela dying whilst he was in prison. If you don't know who Nelson Mandela is, please use the internet and find out. But a lot of people thought that he died when he was in prison, when in fact he didn't. Very top bloke, but he died in 2013. And a lot of people thought that he died then. They were like, oh my god, I swear I saw footage of him dying, etc, etc. How is this possible? And then people have discovered loads of other things that they thought was a certain colour or they thought happened, but in actual fact it didn't happen.
It was first mentioned in 2010 by Fiona Broom, who was convinced Nelson Mandela had died in prison and was confused to find out that he was still alive and well at the time.
Let's just zoom in on her face. Fiona Broom is an author / paranormal researcher. People think that this is real. This is real. She's a mad woman. She is a mad woman. Look at her. She's holding a TV remote outside of a house. No one has a TV outside.
She didn't think much of it until overhearing a conversation sometime later of people sharing similar thoughts that Mandela died in prison and that they remember his funeral vividly on TV. After this, she came up with something called the Mandela Effect, which basically means an event that someone, more importantly a large group of people, usually in the millions, are convinced something took place that in reality never happened, or was considerably different to how they remember it.
Yeah, it's just a little bit weird at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's just a lot of people being like, oh yeah, I thought I saw that. I thought I saw that Xbox remote and it used to not have a red button, it used to have a pink button. No, you're a moron.
And strangely, The Simpsons can be used as a reference in almost all of the most common Mandela Effect examples, which I'll be showing.
The Simpsons just references everything. I saw a picture where they had Donald Trump trying to be the president ages before he tried to be the president in The Simpsons. One where they predicted that Bruce Jenner was going to become a girl. I think there was a few others, but they're just the ones that I remember that come to my top of my head. The Simpsons, whoever writes The Simpsons, Matt Groening, something like that. So he should get investigated. He's a time traveller.
Next up, do you remember the famous line, "That's not a knife, this is a knife"?
This is a knife. This is a knife.
Right, okay. I can actually relate to this one. I actually remember this one, okay.
Well, that didn't happen. It was actually this.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
But the reason the majority of us think is the first one is the Mandela Effect.
No way.
Now this one got me pretty good. How do you spell Rubik's Cube? If like me, you thought it was like this, then you're wrong. It's actually spelled with a K and not an X.
Okay.
Again, visualize a picture of Mickey Mouse right now. How does he look?
Like
Big
Mickey
ears,
Mouse,
red
obviously.
suspenders and yellow shoes.
Yeah.
Well, he actually never had suspenders and only wears high-waisted shorts. Now, the
Nah.
most famous and common example of the Mandela Effect is from Star Wars, where most remember the famous line, even the actor who played Darth Vader in an interview, "Luke, I am your father."
Luke, I am your father.
Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am your father.
But he never said that. He said this.
No, I am your father.
What? We're not living in some alternate reality kind of stuff. This is just people remembering things slightly wrong. I'm pretty sure Mickey Mouse had suspenders on though. Didn't he?
The thought that in the movie Jaws, Brody said, "We're gonna need a bigger boat." However, the line is,
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Like, that's just, it even sounded like we're going to need a bigger boat then. It even sounded like that. It's just people taking the quotes from famous films and sharing it about like Chinese whispers, and then one thing gets stuck in people's brain, and that's what people say over and over and over and over again. It's not that people, time traveller, just get in the bin.
Famous quote from Snow White, mirror,
This is a
mirror
good
on the
one.
wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Simpsons
who's the
again.
baldest of them all?
Mirror, mirror. See that? Mirror, mirror. Again, this is the book, the inside of the book right here.
Mirror, mirror.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Now this one, they just changed it for the film. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Maybe someone thought it was that. They probably didn't. They probably read the book and did that research, because they just changed it for the film. That's not someone, Doctor Who, getting in his TARDIS, changing history by killing a butterfly. Alright, so we've got to the bit where there's a theory, but before we get to the theory bit, we're going to go and we're going to do a BuzzFeed quiz. I know, the absolute epitome of the internet. That's the best stuff on the internet. We're doing our own Mandela Effect quiz. So we've got to say which is correct, which we don't think is correct. First up, we have Looney Tunes. Obviously, it was Looney Tunes. Thank you. Why would you remember that as being Looney Tunes? That was one of my favourite programs when I was younger. That was okay, which is correct. Coca-Cola. It's got a dash in it. Some people remember it as Coca-Cola without the hyphen. This doesn't. It's just the whole thing's just stupid. Some of them are actually quite cool, but JCP Penny, I don't even know what that is. So right, okay, we got that wrong. I don't even know what it was. Febreze. Got two E's, surely? No. Okay, well, there we go, that's my bad. Many remember an extra E, but there isn't one. Nor has there ever, there's never been, okay, that's weird. It's probably because it's Febreze, and breeze is spelt with two E's, so people just think it's probably just as innocent as that. Right, Fruit Loops, again, I don't know. We're gonna go, yeah. Come on, marketing point of view, you want to put the product in the title, which is correct. I don't know what that is again, I'm guessing it's an American thing. Kit Kat has a hyphen. Pretty sure it doesn't. What? What? Which is the actual Pikachu. Right, okay. Now, if you think Pikachu had a black bit on his tail, you're a moron.
I'm almost 100% sure I remember it being black. As people remember there being a black mark on Pikachu's tail. But if you take a look at Pikachu now, you'll see...
You're a monk.
I swear it had a black tip. Or did it not? Did it have one or not? Intense. This is so freaking intense.
It's not. You're a moron.
Did not know. Okay. Black tip it is.
It's not though, is it? It's not. It's just not.
What if this quiz was an entire lie? What if this quiz itself is a lie?
No, just go on, make another video. Go on. Like, the ones that are slight spelling mistakes or slight picture mistakes aren't really that cool. They're just people remembering things differently. But the ones that are massive occasions, like JFK's assassination or Nelson Mandela's death, they're interesting and cool, and the conspiracy theories behind them all are so interesting. But the ones where, like, oh, Chick-fil-A has a hyphen, they're just people who've, like, almost jumped on the trend, so to speak, and just made it not as good as the Mandela Effect should be. And I think that's what annoys me. That's what makes it stupid. As we can see by this person's YouTube thumbnail, apparently Katy Perry's boobs are a Mandela Effect. Where's Katy Perry in the video? There's Katy Perry. Okay, I'm actually intrigued to see what this Mandela Effect is.
People remember Katy Perry as Kate Perry?
No, they don't. Nah, they just don't. Who remembers Katy Perry as Kate Perry? And even if oh, this is stupid. Alright, so I've been researching the Mandela Effect a little bit more to see if I could come up and show you some of the cooler things. But the internet mostly is full of videos and articles of the stupid Mandela Effects, as I like to call them. I can't really find many of the actual cool ones, like the initial Mandela effect, like the actual effect is based off Mandela dying, people thinking that he wasn't dead, all that kind of stuff. But if you know any really, really cool ones in the comments down below, let me know. I could do another video on this kind of stuff, looking at some of the ones that you sent me, but it's the thing's just stupid. I think, no, I don't think it is. I think the original idea of it had a good promise. Like, it's quite intriguing. Conspiracy theories are pretty intriguing, but the fact that people have jumped on it and been like, oh, Tony the Tiger wasn't orange, yeah, that's what makes it stupid. Now for the craziest Mandela effect, everybody. You all think my YouTube name's Mr. Williamo? Well, it's not. It's Massive 5. Well, it's not. It's subscribe to Keemstar.com. Well, it's not. It's Mr. Williamo. Yeah, thanks for watching. More videos at the end. I'd appreciate if you could check them out. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I'll see you all in the next video. Adios.
They telling me to take the safe route. This is the detour. Hoodie baby, you ain't seen a kid like this before him. Late night shooting for the moon like Warren. Them hits come out as soon as you hit recording. Born in America, Chevy and Ford. But these Greek ladies loving me, they saying these foreign. Floored them.